Example 7 on page 584, solve x minus 2 squared equal to 7. Find the x-intercept of f of x equal to x minus 2 squared minus 7. So we have this equation. So first we need to solve it. So we have x minus 2 squared equal to 7. Alright, and you can treat this as y squared equal to d, which is called the principle of square roots. Treat whatever here as y squared equal d. So that means y, in this case, x minus 2 squared equal to 2, 7, right? The solutions are y equal to square root of d, or y equal to negative square root of d. Okay? So treat the whole thing here, x minus 2, as y. Okay? So that means the solutions you can solve for this is as d, which is x minus 2, equal to square root of 7, or d, which is x minus 2 in here, equal to negative square root of 7. Okay? And so for x, you're adding 2 on both sides. So x, this is 0, equal to 2 plus square root of 7. This is equal, to solve for x, you're adding 2 on both sides. So x, this is 0, equal to 2 minus square root of 7. Okay? So 2 plus root 7, 2 minus root 7. So as you see, they're the same 2 here. To the opposite side, plus or minus square root of 7. So that means, same idea, you can say x equal to 2, okay, d2, plus or minus square root of 7. You can write d2 solutions as 1. Just use the plus or minus sign here. Alright, these are solutions. It's example 7. Alright, so if you want to check, you can check it by substituting each x into here. Okay? Simplify, square it, you should get the same values. Let's check it and see how it's like. Checks, okay? So the first one is x equal to 2 plus square root of 7. I'm going to plug this x into the original equations. X minus 2 squared equal to 7. So this x is 2 plus square root of 7, right? So plug this into the x. 2 plus square root of 7. For x, which is here, d2, minus 2, and question mark here. Okay, we don't know if this x, 2 plus square root of 7, is solution. Now look like you can simplify 2 and negative 2, right? So 2 subtract 2 is 0. Plus square root of 7, square, question mark 7. This you can simplify to square root of 7, square, question mark 7. Now square root of 7, when you square it, is equal to 7. And 7 equals 7 is true. So that means x plus square root of 7 is solution. Okay? Alright, so that's good. Now the reason I don't check both solutions at the same time, because what I've got here, I have 3 terms. I have the negative 2 here. Okay? If I don't have the negative 2 here, I can substitute both solutions in here and square it. Okay? Actually, I would not too, because for this case, it's a little bit complicated. Because even though without a negative 2, I still need to substituting this x in individually. Okay? So when you see that you have 2 terms instead of just 1, okay? Like last example, we have positive negative square root of 7, or with the I right here, you can substituting into the square for x, if the x is stay alone without a negative 2, okay? But for this case, it's a bit complicated, so I would test each solution individually because I have two terms and I square it. Plus and minus here would change the value inside, okay, after you square it. Especially you have this case with a negative 2, so it needs more attention. So you need to simplify each term individually. Alright, so let's try another one. Let's test the other one. So checks for the other solution. X equal to 2 minus square root of 7. So you plug it in for the x, which is 2 minus square root of 7, minus 2 for the equation. Sorry, the equation is, the original equation is x minus 2 squared equal to 7. Substituting the x in here, you have 2 minus square root of 7. At the x here subtracts 2 square question mark 7. And then you simplify, you get 2 minus 2 is 0. So you're left with negative square root of 7 square question mark 7. And negative square is positive, okay? And square root of 7 square is 7. So it turns out 7 equal to 7, which is true. So that means these two are solutions to the equation x minus 2 square equal to 7. Okay? So this example a little bit trickier because there's something in here is x minus 2 squared. It's not just x or y, but you have x minus something and everything squared. So it is squaring a binomial. Okay. You still can apply the principle, let's say they call the principle of square roots. You still can apply this principle of square root. For this case, just treat the x minus 2 as the variable y, okay, y squared equal d. That means the solutions are using the principle of square roots. This is the principle of square roots, okay? Principle of square roots. Using that, you can solve this. So the whole thing here is the y. That's why you have y equal to square root of d. D is 7. Or y, which is x minus 2, equal to negative square root of d. And d is 7. That's why you have negative square root of 7. Simplify, you get these two solutions. And you test it, and it turns out true. So these are solutions to this equation. So this is part A. Let's try part B. So we have, let me take this out as well. So for part B, we find the x-intercept of this function f of x equal to x minus 2 squared minus 7. So x-intercept is when y equal to 0. Now, know that f of x is y, okay? And y is equal to 0. So that means to solve for x-intercepts, you would set the f of x equal to 0. Okay? So I'll let f of x equal to 0 in here. 0 equal to x minus 2 squared minus 7. Okay? And then it turns out if you carefully examine this equation, you will see that basically this equation is the equation given in part A. Because if you're adding 7 on both sides, so the left hand side, 0 plus 7 is 7, equal to x minus 2 squared. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. So guess what? X minus 2 squared is this x minus 2 squared equal to 7. Equal to 7. So they are the same. And you know, solutions of this equation which is this, we saw this earlier, x equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 7. So that means when y equals 0, or f of x equal to 0, the x, the corresponding x are 2 plus or minus square root of 7. So the x-intercepts are this. So you say x equal to this are the 2 x-intercepts. Okay? But you're not done yet because they want you to write the x-intercept as the order pair. So you can, we know this x, right, come from this. They are x-intercept. So make sure you write as the order pair. X-intercepts when y equals 0, right, or f of x equals 0. So after the comma is the y coordinates. So that means y equals 0. Okay? Based on this condition, x-intercepts when y equals 0. And what x is this x. So actually I need more space. Prefix 0 here. So 2. So the first one is 2 plus square root of 7. Okay, 0 for y. Still 0. The second one is 2 minus square root of 7. So the x-intercepts are 2 points. The first one is 2 plus square root of 7, which is this one. And then 2 minus square root of 7, which is this one. And for x-intercept, y all equals 0. That's why you have the y here equals 0. So these 2 points are x-intercept points. Okay? This function is on the x-axis. So these 2 points on the x-axis. So when you draw this curve f of x, the 2 points on the x-axis are the 2 points. That's what I call x-intercepts.